Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Monday morning video. I do apologize not making videos Friday and over the weekend. Things got a little crazy here, just got tied up with some things. I did do some buying Friday, so I will speak about that in this video as the primary topic. However, I'm gonna talk about the Fed, recession, my plans this week, crypto, and really just my thoughts on what happened all basically last week in a summary and just kind of, looking forward also. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe or am interested in these topics. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I am a long-term investor. It's really all I do. I don't swing trade, I don't do options, I don't day trade. I really believe in just buying good fundamental companies and letting everything else basically do its job. So I did buy Meta Friday at 161.24. I did buy roughly about 10% of my position in Meta. This is, it brought down my cost base to 187.13. I do think this stock, honestly, even when we have the U-turn in the market, whenever that may be, I do think anything like 225 plus is probably where I'm still going to continue to buy, depending on where my other stocks are too. I'm going to probably focus on making Meta a top 3 position of mine. Right now it's a top 5. My top 3 are very, 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 very large and scaled out. I was buying them for probably 9 months to a year, just chipping at them. So being the fact, Meta it's actually one of my oldest positions. I've owned this stock since 2019. However, we had the crazy stimulus and the crazy 2020 and 2021 rally. I did not put any more shares into Meta. I was really focusing more on small, mid cap and SPAC stocks actually, because that's what the market really was liking. So I kind of was rolling with that before they blew up. So that's kind of what I did. So 2019, I've been a shareholder since Meta, have never sold a share of Meta in my life. So I've had it since 2019, 20, basically almost 4 years now. So it's just crazy to think that back in 2019, I was buying it at 190, 200-ish. And I thought that was an amazing price for where this company is. Its balance sheet's amazing. This has a very sticky business model, always innovating. Obviously, they own Messenger, they own Instagram, they own WhatsApp. So they own like so many good things, and they're getting into the metaverse now, virtual reality, AR. So they're just putting themselves in a position to be relevant for the next multi-decades, in my opinion. So it's crazy to think that right now, the stock's around 161, 170. It's just nutty for me. I would have never thought in a million years it'd be at that. So right now, the current share price is currently around 2017, 2018 pricing. So, we're back 5 years in time basically to where we had these pricings. And if you think about it, Meta has grown so much in the past 5 years. It's insane. Just their growth, the revenue, their cash, their, apps and everything. It's just, they're getting new users, especially overseas now, like as India is developing more, they're going to be a serious world power in the next decade. So they're getting more users over there as internet's coming readily more available and stuff like that. So I just, see this company being not just a US company primarily, but there's going to be a lot of global users in the future as high speed internet gets cheaper and everything industrializes basically. So right now the PE ratio of this stock is currently at 12. So that's kind of like what you would value maybe like a bank or like a value stock. And this is a growth stock. So growth stocks normally sit anywhere from like 20 to 25 in a normal market. So basically you're getting this stock insanely cheap for what it is. Like people are writing off Meta basically. They're saying, oh, the metaverse is not going to be a thing. Oh, they don't know what they're doing. Oh, that's not going to even be a thing. So people are just writing off Meta basically, which is crazy. So you don't bet against certain people. Like you don't bet against Elon. You don't bet against Zuckerberg. You don't bet against Bezos. Like there's just certain companies you just don't bet against. You just don't do it. So I think Meta is one of them. Google, same thing. You just don't bet against Google. So last week, the Fed did come out with a surprise 0.75 rate hike. Jerome Powell did come out in the May press conference saying that they were doing a half basis point in June and July. So the market kind of priced in that when he said that. He said that's basically definitely what's going to happen. However, we got a surprise 0.75 after the CPI report came out at 8.6%, which is an all-time high for inflation this year. So it went from 8.5 to 8.2 or 3 and then back up to 8.6. So we inverted back up. So that caused the Fed to get more aggressive, and they didn't go, basically upon their words. Janet Yellen, a bunch of other people, even Jerome Powell in his press conference, people were asking about recession fears, and they said they don't see it in the foreseeable future. So it's just really crazy because, in my opinion, I think we're in one right now. We had negative GDP last quarter, and the next Q1, obviously GDP comes out, I believe, in 2-3 weeks. So we'll see what the forecast is on that when that comes out. But it wouldn't surprise me if that's negative too. I think we really slammed on the brakes in May and June as far as spending and stuff like that. So I could see GDP being negative, especially comping it from last year, which is how it's measured. The world basically opened up. We had vaccines, and we actually had a round of stimmies like a month or two prior. So I remember last year people were spending like crazy going out. So we'll see. It wouldn't surprise me. I think the market already is baking in a recession. Like, they have no faith in the Fed right now. So, if you're buying right now in the market, you could arguably say that a lot of people are already baking in recession, that were in it or going to be in it. So just say they're right and we don't go into recession. Well, then once we get through that headwind, once we go to a tailwind, the market's going to rally quick just to get back to levels where they're not baking in a recession anymore. So my plan this week, obviously today is a national holiday, so the market is not open. But I do plan on, if the market continues to go down, I will buy my favorite stocks. If I do that, I'll make a video, let you know what I bought and how much. If the market kind of has like a little rally back for whatever reason, or just kind of, we lost a lot of value last week. I think the Dow finished red week over week, 11 out of the past 12 weeks. S&P and NASDAQ they've been destroyed, like I think 8 of the last 9 weeks they've been red. So we might get a little bit of a relief rally. Wouldn't buy it for the long term, but I don't trust it, so I'm not going to buy on the way up. I'll just stack cash, and if it falls and makes another leg down, which it's been doing all year, I will buy at this point. If it just rallies up for a little bit, that's fine. I'll collect cash. I have most of my positions fully built out at this point that I like, so it's kind of a win-win for me. Also, let me see where I'm at here. Let me see how long I can talk about crypto here. Oh, got time. All right, so crypto, it's been falling apart. It's down over, basically 60-70% from all-time highs. Crypto, there was a big TA and a big psychology line at 20K. Over the weekend, it did fall down to 17K. This is Bitcoin, but as shooting this video, it went over 20K again, so it rallied back. So there's a lot of fear that statistically, and I think 14 and 15, it had an 80% pullback from all-time highs. Then 2017 and 18, it had an 80% pullback. So if we have a historical trend pattern from all-time highs and 80% pullback, we'll be sitting roughly at like 13K. So there's a lot of people now that they broke the 20K line, and MicroStrategy and a lot of people that have millions and millions and millions of dollars that might get margin called, that might force Bitcoin back down to like this level just from that alone, and people panicking and stuff like that. People are not very risk on. Obviously, crypto is a very risk on asset. It's probably the #1 risk. Like, it's high risk, high reward. So when it goes up like crazy. If it goes down, it goes down like crazy. I do have about 4 or 5% of my net worth in crypto right now, so it's a very small percentage. I am dollar cost averaging, but if it gets to like 15, 13K, I will dollar cost average into that. If it floats around 20 or goes back up, I'll probably just leave it as is because I have 5% of my net worth in that already. So I feel like it's very important to diversify within assets in investing. I have dividends, I have large caps, I have small caps, I have mid caps, I have value stocks, I have growth stocks, I have a little bit of crypto. So I feel like it's very important just to diversify. So obviously if we go into a negative GDP or a recession, economy, it could be rough for the next couple months or maybe even a year, but I look at it as if you're a younger person investing, you have time on your side. So just you got to stick through it. You got to stay disciplined. You can't panic, and just keep buying your favorite things that have good fundamental values. And I can assure you probably in 5-10 years, you will be thanking yourself you bought now. So if you guys like this video, I'm trying to get the 900 subs by the end of, let's just call it the end of July because it's halfway through June. So I don't know if I'm going to get that by the end of this month, unless you guys all hit the subscribe button that aren't, and that's much appreciated if you do. But yeah, so that's all I got. Make sure you like also, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Meta, crypto, the Fed, the recession, what you guys are doing this week. And I'll be glad to answer any questions. So that's all I got. Till tomorrow. Peace.